Let's bring in Mmichael Sansoterra, Silvant Capital CIO, who has 6 of the Mag 7 in his top holdings, and they're at each other's throats lately. Mmichael, welcome. You concerned about this kind of grinding? I hesitate to call it underperformance, but the triple Qs are roughly flat since October.
Yeah, it's sad when flat is underperforming, right? You've seen such a rip in small cap and mid cap that everybody wants all stocks to work all the time. No, it's okay. Earnings and free cash flow are what matters, so they got to let them open their mouths. And I think as we go into earnings, you're going to see a lot of information coming out of the large cap companies, particularly these guys in tech. And as they continue to exceed investors' expectations and their fundamentals are strong, I think the stocks continue to do well. It's okay if they're flat for the first few weeks of the year.
Is this a Gemini problem?
No, I don't think so. I think it's really company specific, right? If you look at Microsoft and you look at their last quarter, and they're going to open their mouth tonight, you're left with a company whose supply is not meeting their demand, right? They need more compute power. They're working real hard to add that power, but that's going to take some time. We've seen Azure growth, decidedly better than expected and accelerating last quarter, that 36, 37, 38%. Type of number. Now, I think we'll see a 38, 39% type number this quarter with another acceleration. There's no problem fundamentally with their business or with their ability to monetize AI. Gemini is doing great, and Alphabet is capitalizing on it. But I think Microsoft has its own issues. Meta is an example, also reporting tonight. We own Meta as well in the Virtus Silvant Focused Growth Fund. This is the cheapest of the stocks in the group. Even after the rally, it's up 22 times forward. So you've got a relatively discounted stock, but they're spending hand over fist, right? Yeah. They had a big CapEx spend last quarter, and you're left more specifically with, okay, where's the new return going to come from? We know ad spend is good. We suspect that the ROI on that ad spend continues to climb. But what other what other revenue streams will we see specifically from Meta to justify the massive CapEx? We need to see some guidance on that too. So sure. Not just Gemini. We need a little bit more company-specific stuff to say, show me what you're doing, show me where the ROI is, show me where the CapEx is going, show me how you're meeting demand. I think company by company, these companies are going to look better or worse, sort of one at a time.
But I suppose there's 2 schools of thought on this. One is the Yardeni research, where I borrowed that kind of malevolent 7 idea from, which is basically that AI has put them all in each other's previously very well-protected moats. So, Microsoft and Meta, everyone's trying to be a chat bot. Everyone's now, even Google and NVIDIA competing on chips. Like, that was not a thing before the rise of AI. So that's one school of thought, which is that some gains are coming at others' expense and they can't all continue to rise in their own lanes. The other school of thought, it sounds like you're maybe more in this camp, is kind of the Sam Lessin idea that ultimately AI will make all of these incumbents bigger, better, faster, stronger. And this is not really a big IPO story or anything like that, and the gains all accrue to the Mag 7. So is that kind of the argument that you're making?
I think you have to go a little bit. I think you have to go company by company, to your point. I do believe that you're right in the sense that these guys are definitely competing with each other in places they hadn't expected maybe 3 years ago. But that doesn't mean everyone will win in each of their spots, right? I don't see Meta, no matter how well they do in model delivery, necessarily, pushing Gemini out of the way and suddenly taking over search. However, I don't see Alphabet taking over the social media the way Meta has. So they're still going to do all right in their lanes. The question then is, how much of the total market can they dominate while the incumbents come up? I think you're going to see more and more pressure for competition in multiple industries across these guys. But right now, we're still in those early stages, so it's a land grab. Spend as much as you can, as fast as you can, and make your processing, on a watt per token basis as efficient as possible. Try to get to that maximum, sort of capacity cost ratio as fast as you can, and you'll compete. I don't know if it's one or the other. I think it's probably a mix of the both. You're going to see winners and losers, even in the Mag 7, and even with the guys that are up and coming. I think it's a jump ball still. All right.